the time. Why is it on?
What? What'd you change?
I changed the time.
Well, you shouldn't have changed it to 15
Daylight
minutes. You should have
savings.
changed it to 65 million minutes because that's what we're here, ladies and gentlemen, to review 65. I am, as always, the #1 Kylo Ren fanboy, Travis Snell. And I'm joined by...
I am the artiste because I forgot to change my name, Kirklin.
It works, you know.
I'm the million years ago Taylor Field.
I should have just been 65. It would have led in nicely.
I was
to your
hoping
name.
someone picked 65.
I'm 65. Taylor's million years ago. And Travis is
I just
choking
got
on
like a
his
fucking...
headphones.
No, I got like a
something?
fucking cum shot with that.
Oh.
You can see it. Watch it,
was-
video people. It
He was
slammed down.
watching
Just
the
like,
4D
huh.
BBC video that he was Googling before the
Oh, yeah.
cast.
No, like it literally had... Like I slammed it down and it hit me. It's like, oh, fuck. Hasn't
Upload
happened
this
since...
to that tube website.
It hasn't happened in like 11 years, you know? Fuck. Anyway, so here we are, 65. We're here to review it. Adam Driver's newest feature, his vehicle. It is about a man who lands on a planet that happens to have dinosaurs. How? Why? We'll get to that. That's all in the spoilers and everything. But go check out the feeds. There's just a plethora of content going on there. Tons of reviews. This weekend, we'll be reviewing the season finale of Last of Us Season 1. So I think that'll be a good spicy one. And then at some point, I think that same day when it drops podcast-wise, we'll probably be reviewing You Season 2 Part 4, which I think is going to be a very fun conversation.
I'm
we'll
hot
see how
off a
that-
certain episode, and my
Oh,
mind's
yeah.
just boggled right now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm excited to talk about it.
There's some good stuff and some questionable stuff, but you know, that's been you. But yeah, just go to the feeds. There's tons of stuff to head over there. Taylor, where can they find everything?
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find us via internet connection in the search bar. GeekVerse.ca is our home base. GeekVerseCast is our Twitter, and GeekVerse is our Facebook.
Yeah, and head over to Patreon and get a bunch of stuff. I think next weekend or soon we're recording the next X-Men retrospective of the animated show, which is Season 3, Part 1. So it's going to be the first like 6 to 7 episodes. So you can go back. We did Season 1 and Season 2 so far. The John Wick retros are up there. Evil Dead. Soon we'll be starting Indiana Jones. And then after that will be Mission Impossible and Fast and Furious. And stuff like X-Men or Fast and Mission Impossible, that's stuff like Mission Impossible Fast you won't be getting until next year if you're on the just regular feed and stuff like that, which we do appreciate you listening. But that's what we give the patrons because they're giving us our hard-earned money.
Money.
They're giving their hard-earned money to help support and grow the channel. And again, as usual, the more you support this channel or GeekVerse, the more shows and content we can create, whether it's side quests, extra reviews, stuff like that. So yeah, should be some fun stuff coming up. So yeah, and there'll be an after night. I gotta narrow it down. I think it's on the schedule, but I don't know if we've announced it publicly, so I gotta confirm with these fellows. But that one's gonna be fun because we're gonna be doing a Mario Party night, so we're just gonna be hanging out, doing it after 9, still talking and everything, but a Mario Party will be happening at the same time. So I think it's gonna be a good time in honor of Super Mario Bros. Those tickets went on sale today or yesterday. You know, it's very exciting. So
The movie tickets went on sale.
yeah. That's what yesterday was all around. The trailer, everything.
Pause
like
the
that.
cast. We gotta
I
just
didn't-
buy tickets.
didn't
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
Me and Dylan did that for. I remember when they revealed the PlayStation 5. We literally told people like, "Sorry, we're gonna be 5 minutes." And it was just like dead air. We edited it out, but yeah, we literally just bought them on air. But yeah, no, because me and Emily are gonna get off early, so we can go see it right at 4:30 in Vernon. We're pretty excited about that. It's on a Wednesday too, so just a heads up. But yeah, and a big thank you to our Patreon producers, Aaron Braden, April Darkness, Joshua Wright, and Jack Grant. Thank you all those that voted on the Oscar Retro will be coming out soon. So yeah, just lots of stuff going on. We appreciate everyone that does listen. If you're a patron or not, we just thank you for giving us some of your time, and we hope you're enjoying the content you're getting and everything like that. And if you are, go give us a review, a subscribe, all that good jazz. So we thank you. Those I'm gonna buy probably tonight or tomorrow because unlike Shazam, which I checked again because I was talking about, everyone look out because there's some spoilers and trailers now. Well, they're not really spoilers; they're advertising, but big cameos that are in the trailers now. The ones that have been known for a while, but still. So they released those today, and I was like, that's shitty, but like I still kind of get it because like I go and I click and the stream at 6:30 on Thursday, the first showing, and for people that don't know, that's considered like our IMAX. Still not a single seat sold for Shazam, not one seat in the extreme. And where we live in Kelowna, we don't even have showings yet at Landmark or Cineplex. They don't even have any showings for Thursday. So it's just like, have they just given up on this movie? But yeah, but me and Taylor are gonna review that if we can. Well, I guess we'll have to go to the West Side, maybe. But me and Taylor will be reviewing. We'll be talking about Taylor trying to stay away, so maybe you don't know what this big cameo is. But I hope you.
I popped on Twitter for the first time in I swear months, and then I just
Posted
saw
the cameo. Is that what you're doing?
Did you see
Travis
it?
did. No, Travis did.
Oh,
he
Travis did.
Yeah, he's always like, "Oh, are the comparisons of him whatever?" I don't even remember what the tweet
What the
was.
fuck
I
are you
just saw the
talking
video.
about?
Shazam
What are you
cameo.
talking
The
about?
scoop he's got on you, Travis.
I didn't tweet anything about Shazam.
It's got the tweets. I'll pull up the tweets.
Show me on my Twitter where I tweet about Shazam, please. Please show me. I've not picked up my phone. My phone, look, it's right here. Not going to be deleted. I'll keep it in the. Look at this.
Look at this right here. Who's that? Hold on. Let me turn off my camera light so you can see it.
Oh shit! What is that?
Sorry, video
I
people.
did.
Oh, I
Oh,
got
no.
you. I got you.
Check those
I got you.
tweets.
Oh no, I should
how I
delete
get
that too
Travis.
because I'm tweeting the. Well, it's not a spoiler. It's out there. It's been out
You're
there.
giving
If
me
you-
spoiler warnings.
I
though.
just showed everyone too on the.
They
Yeah, now
can't
I
see
just
from
got
that.
spoiled. Fuck.
Did you see it?
Oh, I saw it clearly.
Oh what?
He was
Oh,
holding it right up to the screen.
Oh damn shit. Well, I'm sorry. Anyways, just well, there you go. You're gonna know it by next week, anyways. They're gonna, and you know why? Because the Extreme Screen has not sold a single seat on the first showing. That's why. So I'm sorry about that. Because I made a joke because before we got into 65, I know someone's giving this a 1-star review. Oh, I can't tune in for 65. They're talking about Shazam. We're gonna get to 65 in 2 minutes. Calm down. This is what we do. If you're new,
It
to
gave me
Geekverse.
time
But-
to get my Mario tickets. They're purchased. We're ready.
Perfect. So the thing is, and that Mario, did you see in the Extreme Screen, Kirklin? Already has seats. Already has people
There was 3
bought there.
people. Yeah.
Still,
so-
that's a month out. Shazam's 6 days, and it's not a single seat. Hold on. Mario's a month out. What was I going to say? Oh, shit. What were we talking about? We were talking about oh, no, because, everyone, remember when Peacemaker came out, and there's a bunch of people, because he made that thing about, oh, Wonder Woman's eye fucking the shit out of me. Oh, I'm just giving shit away. Anyways, I just thought
alright.
there's a
It's alright.
type of oh, call me, and I'm like, oh, are people gonna get fucking mad about this too? Of everything,
Yeah.
they're objectifying Wonder Woman. It's just Peacemaker's a piece of shit guy. Just we can do it all.
See, this
That's
is why it's not a big
Nicole.
deal for you spoiling because it's just
Yeah.
gonna be no one's gonna see it anyways. So
Oh my
if they don't see your
God.
tweet, they're not gonna see the cameo.
Apparently, a lot of the Wednesdays are already selling well. It's gonna be big. Oh, Mario! I thought you were Shazam. I'm like, no.
I just got my Mario tickets real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Mario's-
theater. Oh,
I
Let's
saw
go,
that new
Taylor.
trailer for the first time. At what theater?
the reclining theater. So
That's not your theater, Kirklin. You made
I
it
know,
sound
but
like
we
you
got
were seeing it with you.
tickets.
we got
Okay, yeah.
tickets. Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen a movie with Taylor in years.
Yeah, I
He's-
know.
he's scared of
Bullet
my
Train.
side of
Bullet
the
Train
bridge.
was the last one.
Bullet
Within
Train
the
was
year.
a
Okay,
great
yeah, that's
time,
fair.
though.
That was a
Fuck,
good time. That
we
was
should
good
just end it
vibes.
there. It's never gonna be better than Bullet Train. What's up, big boy? Okay, let's get in this review. 65. We've been excited for this one. Adam Driver, spaceships, space gear, space weapons, dinosaurs, lost in the woods, planet Earth. How to get there? I don't know. We'll talk about that in spoilers. But Kirkland Patzer, what did you think of 65?
Yes, if you were to ask me if I think this is a good movie, I would say no. I do not think this is a good movie at all. But if you were to ask me if I enjoyed this movie, I'd probably have to say not at all. I really did not like this movie.
Whoa, what?
I had a bad
I'm
time.
gonna bring up one of my other tweets too.
I saw it. That was another thing. I just keep getting spoiled on your thoughts, whether it's a review or something about a certain cameo. But I didn't see what you wrote. I just saw the image. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if he's sarcastic on this or if he's being serious. But I'm excited to hear the thoughts because I didn't want to hear your thoughts before the cast. And I'm glad you started with me because I feel like this is very different for me. I feel like if a movie is kind of mid and not great, I still just have a good time with it. If I don't know, certain people fail it, I feel like I still kind of see enough to really enjoy it. But yeah, this was the type of movie where I was really, really pumped for. We got Raimi, we got an Adam Driver, just great combo there. Just the trailers were really fun too, with the action, the dinosaurs, and the guns, and the sci-fi elements. I feel like him being the protector for this younger survivor was just a really cool concept. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's just a completely different movie than what I was wanting from it. It wasn't as action packed as I really wanted it to be. There was some action. I feel like the strongest. I'll save that for spoilers. But I feel like it was just different from what I was expecting, and it had me early on, but not too not too far after that, I feel like it kind of was losing me, and then like I feel like 20 minutes, not even like probably like 15 minutes in the movie, I was like checking my watch and like totally just checked out on it, which was really really unfortunate because I was looking forward to this one. I thought it was gonna be something special, but I feel like it just like I feel like they just didn't go far enough in the sci-fi direction to really make it feel like a whole very interesting like sci-fi universe, something like how Dune was so successful. I know it's like a book and everything, but like just the way that takes you to a different world, or whether it's Star Wars or something, I feel like there's just so many things that make it feel different, whereas this just felt like we have like really
What?
yeah.
Oh
So
my
I'm excited to
God.
hear your thoughts for sure. But yeah, I was very, very disappointed with this one. Lot of unnecessary jump scares, whether it was just like really loud audio cues. Yeah, so I really didn't have a good time with this one, but I'm excited to hear your thoughts because I feel like this is a very different take that I usually have.
Well, I just feel like you're talking about how like Dune, you're giving these sci-fi examples. The movie literally takes place on Earth. It's on Earth.
I know, but like
It looks like Earth.
but like the opening and like I don't want to give too much away. I'll save that for spoilers.
He's right above space in Earth. Like he's not that far. The movie opens. Sorry, the movie opens to get hit by Asherfield. You know where he is? He's like 15 feet away from Earth.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's just yeah. Let's
You know
go into
what?
it in spoilers. I don't want to spoil any like story stuff for people.
Yeah, and then fucking look at this shit happening again. It was that. Anyway, so to pull my point, I'll go first, or I'll go next to return.
just edits my whole thoughts out of it.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
I said, if you give 65 a failing grade, I can never trust any of your
Yeah.
film takes. And then the Al
Interesting.
Pacino from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, what a picture. Now, do I think this is a great Golden Geeks, one of the best movies I've ever seen? No. But to me, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk to Kirk because I didn't think Kirkland was going to be on this side. So I'm very surprised. So it's going to be at least an interesting review now. To me, I was expecting a dinosaur with Adam Driver, seeing him using some future tech to fight dinosaurs. That's exactly what we got. There's not an abundance of humor. There's not like over the top or I think really bad humor. There's no like bad plot twists or developments as far as like why'd they do this? Why'd they make this choice? It's a very simple, bare bones, which I think would be like liking to varying degrees of an adventure as far as like maybe a 5 to a 10, but maybe Kirkland might fail. I don't know, but that's where for me I just like I feel like it pitched itself to be a simple movie of like Adam Driver run away from dinosaurs, and that's exactly what this movie is. I thought it did a good job. There's some emotional beats. Sure, is it very similar to a project that's happening right now? Yes, but that's not the movie's fault. It just happened to come out at this similar time. But I like that. Adam Driver is great for the scenes he's in. I really like the little girl. I like the kind of what the emotional message, like I like the hook of that emotional message. It's an easy one, but I like it. Like to me it's a simple story, but it's done well. I liked a lot of the action set pieces. There's one particular has to do with Adam Driver and some oh wow, he's really mad. Taylor just left.
That's how I feel. I've seen that.
Great review, great movie. But no, yeah, I there's one set piece near the end that puts Adam Driver some peril I really liked. Like most of these dinosaurs are, well, not most of them, they're all CG. There's no practical ones and stuff like that. And I think like there's a varying degree of like a couple shots they look really good. Most of them they look like decent to good, like decent to fine. I'd say it's not like the best CGI, but I think there was a good variation of dinosaur types. I think there was a good variation of danger. I think it had like a good climactic battle. I think they edited it down maybe a bit too much, but it's like a nice, easy hour and a half watch. So no, I really like this one. I'm surprised, Kirkland's not alone. The most of like, I think it's like 30 on Rotten Tomatoes. I think the letterbox is like, I guess 2.5. I just don't get how people could, and maybe Kirkland won't, and then we could meet in the middle. But like, I just don't get how people could fail it. Cause I just feel like it's just like, I don't know. It advertised. It did exactly what it advertised, and that's what I got, and I liked what I got. I enjoyed it quite a bit actually, and I definitely will watch it again. Not in the theaters, but I'll definitely watch it again, even if it's a guilty pleasure. And Adam Driver does help, of course. I love Adam Driver; he's my favorite actor right now. But I just liked the general movie overall, so that's where I was on 65.
See, that's where like when I left, I was like, man, if that wasn't Adam Driver, like that would have been such a hard time to get through. Like I told like when he was acting on screen, like he was just showing how good of an actor is, whether it's like just not saying anything and just being, I don't know, like body language or like the good actions, like shots, like that was good. But I don't know. I just didn't like the writing for the overall movie. But yeah, we'll get into that after Taylor gives his thoughts.
Fair. Taylor Field, you get to break the tie.
Yeah, so I was apprehensive because going in, I was seeing people's reviews, or not like spoilers reviews, but just people's kind of like ratings overall, and it was just making me kind of nervous. And I need to not. It's just this serves as a reminder that I need to not heed these people's warnings because I know what I like, and this movie is something I like. I really do.
Fuck the critics.
Like it's just like I don't know why people are just hating on this film so much.
Kirkland's one of those. He's
I'll
a
tell
hater.
you.
It
I'll tell
doesn't.
you.
It doesn't
No,
make
we don't want
sense
to know.
to me.
We don't want to hear it.
It doesn't make sense to me because at the end of the day, like you said, Travis, like they advertise what this movie is, and you get that. I see articles saying like, oh, they stopped short of being like a cheeky like sci-fi this that, and I'm just thinking like, well, I don't know, because like everything we got in here, like it felt like consistently that this movie, there's never a
Like,
point in
what?
time consistently like in this
There's a
movie.
real hard emphasis on the con there.
it's
You know.
just-
It was a
It's
hard
consistently.
You always feel like things are not safe, and I like that. This movie has a
Yeah.
constant feeling that there's no moment of respite. Everything on this planet wants to kill you, and it's just like there's not a spoiler, but there's times where I'm driving, walking through the woods, and I felt like in my chair like vulnerable because like it's just like, man, you don't know what's out there. And it's
Adam
just
Driver's in our
so-
theater too. with-
He's in our theater, yeah.
He's throwing those
It's-
fucking little bead
baseball hat.
grenades. Yeah, like Dwayne and Black
Yeah.
Adam. He's just towering over people. Adam Driver, because Adam Driver at one point holds that little girl's hand. I'm like, I know she's a little girl, but Adam Driver's hands are fucking massive. It's just like he could one hand just wrap around my whole head. You know.
It's really cool just to see the dinosaurs as aliens in this sense. I really, really like that. I think it's a very cool, different twist on things. And then just how they factored in different other story elements too, just made it really, really interesting and entertaining. But yeah, I think that this movie should get a lot more credit than it's deserving. I would happily watch this again. And if I had to compare it to something, it gave me a After Earth vibe mixed with Outlander. And Outlander is
I'm not with you there. We're going too
Outlander
far.
is a 2008 film with Ron Perlman. This is a fantastic movie where this humanoid from another planet basically crash lands on Earth, and he brings like an alien, like advanced, like a big alien lizard thing with him. And so like he crashes on Earth during the Viking Age. So these Vikings team up with him and they try and take this thing out. And it's so cool. It's so cool. Go check it out. But
Enter the Outlander review.
yeah, Ron Perlman,
Oh,
John
'cause
Hurt too.
Oh, I was gonna say because there's Outlander, that like Queen Victorian age show
Yeah,
that
not
has like a
that
lot
one.
of sex. Yeah. Okay. No.
Yeah, but yeah, good movie. Go watch it.
Okay, well, I think me and Taylor would recommend. I would
Yeah.
recommend it if you looked at the trailer and you went, "I'd like to see that movie." Because even though I didn't give enough credit, like I liked all the. There's not too much of it, but I liked all like the otherworldly sci-fi stuff. They have these cool grenades. They got these or whatever, I guess, like dangerous detectives. They got this little scanner. So I think if you looked at the trailer and thought, I'd like to see that, you will enjoy it. I agree with Kirkland. Like if it wasn't for Driver, it could be harder, but I think no matter what, they were going to try and put like a good actor probably in this role, because it is a very just solemn, just adventure movie. So
And like I maybe I just didn't watch the trailer a lot or something, but I just feel like I was expecting more action. So that's kind of funny that like you're recommending, like, well, both of you guys are, like, if you've seen the trailer, you're getting what you wanted from it, and I'm kind of on the opposite end where I feel like I kind of got ripped off there. I want my money back. No, not to that extent. It's we could get into it. We can jump into it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is one definitely you could wait for. Like, you don't need the big movie theater experience. I feel like
it's a
to
big
an
action
extent,
movie. You need it. You need it big
to an
time.
extent, I feel like I would have liked it more if I watched it at home, because I just had a lot of issues with just like the audio, and I'm not a jump scare guy, and I feel like this movie was just littered with it, whether it was just like a big audio spike or just like a creature around the corner. And you can make the argument that that's just because it is the danger zone. There's danger around every corner. But
And who produced it?
I just feel like there's better ways to tackle that stuff, but that just might be a personal thing. So
I'll make an argument on that in the sense where the jump scares, one really got me, but I think it
was
was
a big
great
one, yeah.
because it was just like peripheral vision. Like, it just, the way they played it, it wasn't just the cliche like loud sounds, which a lot of loud sounds like I wasn't jumping at, but it was just like the way they play the scene, and they've like filmed it and you're focusing on something and then
Like the
something
depth
else
of
like
field.
comes in. Yeah, depth of field. Thank you. Yeah. So I just think that they did that really, really well.
There's one in particular they definitely hit the loudspeakers on, and it got me big time. But like I thought there's the right amount of, for me, I thought they were gonna go overboard, and they didn't. I thought they hit just that right line. And again, Sam Raimi produced. I'm sure he didn't have much. I don't know how much he really had to do with it, but it kind of fits in his wheelhouse of like Drag Me to Hell and Evil Dead a bit and stuff like that. So, well, there you go. There's our thoughts. You know, mix. We're getting a little spoilers, mixed feelings on the non-spoilers.
Mhm.
So heed a warning maybe, or get very excited. And yes, Bub's right. Critics put a hit out on the movie. I don't know. I don't know why people are being so harsh on this poor thing. You know, it's just a simple dinosaur movie, but maybe it's not. And we're gonna get into that after this first ad break. And we're back. So let's talk about this movie. So we can start from, I can't remember who said this on After 9. I feel like it was maybe April or somebody, because I remember they pitched, because the idea I thought was, okay, they leave Earth, they go back in time. It's like Planet of the Apes where they go back in time, land back on Earth and dinosaurs. But no, whoever pitched it, kudos to them, because I was like, that sounds fucking awesome. The idea that they are on a different civilization, different planet that's like generations ahead the tech we have, and they've landed on Earth. So I really like that. I like the setup. I liked the hook with the daughter because they didn't show that in the trailer. So the beginning all worked for me.
Yeah, and that's where I was kind of bringing up some of the comparisons of like it just feeling like a more shallow sci-fi universe where when they were on their different planet, it just seemed like it could have been like a modern day Earth with the way that they were just talking. Like I know it's an English movie, so they're not gonna have like their own alien language or something. But it just seemed like
The little girl had her language though, right? You know?
yeah. Oh no, for sure. The one that he met up with later, but just like him and his family, that scene just really didn't hit hard for me. I feel like the daughter element it hit me a lot further down the line, like when the other little girl like found those tapes and everything. I thought that was like a lot of emotion. So like the stuff with the daughter dynamic, I thought that was a better part of the movie for sure. But just when they were on their home planet, I think it was like Samaris or something was the name of it, and I like the backdrop looked nice, but just their overall like conversation between like a driver and his wife, and then like with the daughter, it all of the things that they were talking about, it just seemed very modern day, and it didn't really seem like a very alien world out there. And I don't know. That's just where I was making the comparisons. Where Dune, like they have this one character who's like basically just there to do math numbers because like they've outlawed computers, and like I know that's a lot more deep because there's so many different books about that stuff. But just things like Star Wars
Dune.
or or like Star Wars or Star Trek or something, where like there's so many little things that just make it feel like a completely different universe. And in that particular planet, I did not get that at all. It seemed like they were on the beach of California and just talking about like, oh yeah, no, I'm going on a business trip. The salary pays like this much, and it was just really not alien to me. But no.
I think that's the point, because if you look at it, this is like, for whatever reason, like the way that this movie ends, you can formulate your own plot, like thesis of how humanity gets to this planet and starts from scratch. But I think the whole point of it is that humanity in this universe is like us, like in another 100 years from now. And I think that's great. It's not so fantastical like a Star Wars or a Dune sense, where that's set in a world that's like, it's not ours anymore. Like it's not even like our existence. Like it's totally different, totally set up to be very, very different from what we are. So
I'm in the middle of you two, where I see Kirkland's point that they could have made it more fantastical, but then I also agree with you that I like that as far as just like, okay, it's us, and almost like a, like you said, 100 years later, a different version and stuff like that. And I also think it's good for maybe, even though like it wasn't a big twist, but for the twist, because they're trying to make you think this is Earth. So when he lands on Earth, you're like, oh shit, he's on Earth. So that's what I think they're also trying to do, is like, okay, this might be an advanced Earth where they have space and people are going to sleep, but he's going to land somewhere else. But we kind of figured eventually it was going to be Earth, whether it's time travel or what happened here. So I'm kind of of two minds, I guess, for me, because it was just the 5 minutes of the movie didn't bug me too much. I was like, okay, this is the plot.
Yeah.
You know, here's the daughter. And I was like, okay, shit, he has to go away for 2 years. And the pitch is that they're going to triple his pay, which I wonder if he still gets paid if he failed this whole mission. But they're going to triple his pay, and he needs to, because they don't specify. Just imagine they're kind of insinuating it's whatever their planet's version of cancer is, that the daughter has that, and this money can help afford the treatments, but then it's the twofer where, well, he's going to be gone and miss 2 years and stuff like that. And I guess we could just like, we don't got to go in order. The big thing, which I don't think was a big thing, I think we all, at least I feel like I did figure out, but I feel like everyone figured out that she did not make it pretty early on and stuff. I just had a feeling, which it's so funny because if you're, again, it's spoilers for just the first episode, but it literally is just Last of Us in space where you have Adam Driver, who's Joel, who lost his daughter, and then you have this other girl who lost her family, and now he's kind of adopted her and stuff like that. But I thought the use of the girl throughout the movie of the little girl finding the daughter pictures, I loved anytime that kind of module scan of her, and clearly you could tell the actual actress was there on set, but then they make like her face look like it was a person on set, but then behind her she'd look like a hologram and stuff where she moved. I love like the fake out with the T-Rexes at the end. So all that stuff, again with the gear, I like this idea that if you haven't seen this movie, you don't care about spoilers, they have like a photo, almost like a Polaroid photo, and when you put in this machine, it projects like the recording of it and stuff like that. And if that was giving me big Interstellar vibes of him getting the updates and everything. So everything, again, like the daughter thing, it, to me was predictable. Like I thought she was gonna, like she was not gonna be alive and stuff like that. But and it's an easy hook of, okay, he lost his daughter. Both of them are easy hooks, right? He's doing money for the daughter and he lost his daughter, so he's, you know, not like he's emotionally shut off and stuff like that. But I guess it just works because it's one, I think a simple plot that this movie needed, and two, just Driver can sell it. So all that stuff worked for me with the daughter and everything. So
Yeah, I really like the daughter dynamic. Like I said, like initially it didn't hit hard, but it was like the after effect, and probably because it was so similar to Interstellar. I love that movie so much, and the like those scenes just they hit hard. And that's just like a scary aspect too of like that deep space travel, right? Where like the time like difference, it's so different than, you know, someone living in Tokyo and we're here in Canada, and like just dealing with that time delay. It's something that like we can't even fathom. So when we see it on like a movie like this, it just blows my mind at least. So I did like that stuff for sure. And even just like getting to like his dynamic with the survivor girl, I forget her name, but like I don't know,
Kawa or Koa.
Oh yeah, Koa.
His driver kept being like, "Ka!" like he said it sounded like it was a 2-syllable name at first, but every time he would say it, it'd be like if my name's like Travis, he was like Tess. Like he cut the syllable out and whatever. Like, and I think her name was Koa or Kawa, or like I said, Kawa.
I'm way too used to my subtitles these days. I'm just spoiled by like understanding everything that they say because I'm also reading it. So I gotta ask for one of those like closed caption devices. But yeah, like I feel like I don't know. I feel like the dynamic between the survivor girl too, because I just thought it was like a very, I don't know, a plot that I had kind of seen before where he lost his daughter. So this is like the other one, probably because we're watching Last of Us.
You're seeing it weekly right now.
Yeah, I just
you just got 8 weeks of it.
So I wasn't too surprised by that, but the relationship definitely grew on me as the movie went on, as it should have been, because they just had more moments to bond. I like the language barrier too. That was a cool dynamic. I think just there was particular scenes amongst the two of them that maybe it was going for like a little bit of a comedic effort or something, of like him kind of acting goofy, and then like them just like bonding that way, and those just really didn't hit too hard for me. And I feel like, again, when they got back to the 65 million years ago planet, I'm like, hey, he's got his gear ready. Like this is the future tech that I was kind of maybe wanting earlier on in the movie. Like I'm finally seeing it here now, and it just seemed like really few and far between that we actually got to it. Like it was kind of later in the second act, like once we really got into some action, in my opinion there. So I feel like I was just waiting for that moment. Maybe it brought down like just that initial dynamic between those two. But as I said, as the movie went on, I liked it more.
Didn't even like the gun. I love the sound the gun made, and like fuck.
It was a cool gun. The way it loaded too.
Oh yeah, and that gun just fucked things up. Like one shot, like a couple of shots at T-Rex's face, it was just like blinded, and that and the later on the movie, he like I don't know if he headshot or he like put on supercharge, but he just like one shot that T-Rex at one point.
He hit a critical for sure.
Yeah, and I loved whatever it made, like a like I liked all the sci-fi stuff. So it was, I guess it worked for me that it came later. I guess probably because that movie's only hour and a half, so it didn't feel like I was waiting too long for it. But you didn't talk about the daughter stuff at all, or anything more you want to add on the planet or Earth or leaving it, or?
Yeah, so the whole idea of using this, the daughter is getting sick and the motivation to leave the planet, all that kind of stuff. I liked it. I thought it was great. And this is where you really see Adam Driver again just shine. Holy shit. When he's sitting there talking to his wife and then he goes up and has this moment with his daughter. God, he really delivers. Like, I was getting emotional. Like,
Best
I know
in the world, man.
I'm just starting to feel like, God, I'm gonna have a child
He's all
soon, and just like this guy's like leaving for 2 years because his daughter's sick. Like, oh man, it just hits you somewhere. And
I don't have a daughter. Maybe that's the thing.
why
You guys,
he's not expecting father or a father. He doesn't get it.
Kids, man.
He doesn't understand the struggle of being on Earth 65 million years ago and leaving your daughter. He doesn't get it. That's what the critics. These critics are all childless.
That's
people in their
probably it.
basement, virgins.
I'll have to ask other
No.
people that have seen it, I don't know, or
Yeah.
in either your situation or mine, and
kids?
see what they feel.
No, I hate that movie. I love kids.
Fuck the kids, man. There should be more rock and roll and
Yeah.
action.
Why is he crying? Why is he crying?
But yeah, the whole thing of him just having the language barrier with this girl, I thought that was great. That always makes for real like innocent, pure-hearted, humorous moments. And again, they weren't even trying to tackle that. I felt like most of the humor that they were doing in this, it was very low key. When I watch movies now, there's always this kind of thought in the back of my mind that I feel like I get from you, Travis. We're like, okay, like, you know, Mando is a guy doing stupid things. Like, is he being an idiot? And in this movie,
Chongalorian.
I did not feel like these characters were idiots at all. I felt like, okay, you know, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you're not. How could you ever be trained for this situation? But I felt like Adam Driver did like the best that he could. And again, when it got really dark, when he first landed here and he sent the SOS message, because I didn't know how this movie was going to end. Of course, usually you can kind of pick up on it earlier on, but when he sends the signal off, like, don't send help, and he puts the gun to his head, I was like, shit, like, I know he's not going to do it, but like, this was the end of the movie.
It's a short movie. I know a short film. I just paid $15 for this.
But I like, again, I thought that was so crazy to see his character do this. Again, no survivors or anything like that, but like, just the weight of just this situation just being on his shoulders when he's walking through like the swamps of Dagobah and you got like the lizard things going behind him. Like, it was really, really good.
And I think, like you said, what I liked was the pacing of the different creatures, but just different areas of being attacked. So there was those, like, I'm not sure if those are like true to life, which again we don't know because dinosaurs. What were those like things that were like they were very wide and they had like a weird neck and was very like essy and whatnot.
Like the Komodo dragon ancestor things.
But what I liked about that, like, they chased him through the woods, so you had that, and then we had that cave sequence. So lots of claustrophobia. Man, when he has that little fucking hole he has to climb through, I'm done. I can't do that. But you have that, and you have that great little like scene with like a raptor type of dinosaur where it's in front of him, and I wish they did it more. I love when they're on the ground rolling, and you see the module like them on there fighting. I wish they did it a little
very
longer.
alien-like. I like.
Yeah. So you got that a little bit early. I guess I skipped it. You went from the jungle, then you had like the cave with the T-Rex in the rain. That was great. You had the claustrophobia of the cave, and then I love that right when he gets out of the cave, it was always one thing I've known. He literally gets out and he starts to run, and he just falls in this fucking like quicksand. So that's why I like that. Like I said, there's always threats around, but to me, there are always different levels of whether they were the dinosaurs or whether they were in the environment. And fuck, that quicksand, it was just like, I don't know what he was caked in after because that stuff was on him good, but I don't know if that girl with the tree branch could have saved him exactly like that, but I appreciate it was just like another threat going around. You have like the hot air bursts coming out later on in the film, so I just liked the different landscapes and everything, and that's what I liked about the quicksand. It's not like, oh, quicksand is so new in the movie. I just wasn't seeing that coming because he literally got out of the cave and he's running for this girl, and just the first step he takes, he's fucking in quicksand. It's like, fuck, that would be it for you, you know? So that's what I appreciate was the different varying degrees of threats and environments went through. It wasn't just him in the forest the whole time with the girl.
Well, that's just say they didn't leave it for it just being dinosaurs as the threat, because like when he goes to sleep and he's like, it's safe, and you know, like, girl, go to sleep too, and she goes to sleep, and then like the things are flashing red, and you're thinking, okay, it's a dinosaur, but no, it's this parasite latched onto her throat, like just kind of like just oozing out, like so gross. He gets that out, and then you think, okay, now there's something in the cave that they're worried about, this tiny little crevice, but no, then you see like, again, the way they shot certain things, it was fantastic. The big like quadruped like T-Rex head in the water behind those shots always fucking get me. I love that because I was thinking like I'm back in like the animated Disney dinosaur movie where the Carnotaur had its head like moving through the water when the dinosaurs were in the cave. That classic sequence.
Is that on Disney Plus? I swear I've never
It
seen
should
it
be.
popped up. I swear I've never seen it popped up at all and stuff like that. I will say I think the best CGI of the movie, funny enough, was near the very end of the movie, right before the hot thing, like the hot airburst takes the T-Rex. They had that moment where driver's on the ground and him and the T-Rex were like face to face, and they had to zoom in on the T-Rex. I thought they did a good job with like the ridges and the face and stuff like that. The rest of it, I think, is back and forth. There's a lot of this looks good to okay, this isn't there, but I thought they did good enough with. And most of the T-Rex stuff was in the sequence, but that close up, I thought, okay, that was very well done, and then all that skin was taken off very shortly.
Yeah, I think for the most part the CGI was pretty solid, especially considering some of the past CGI I've seen. There's definitely moments where it looked, like you said, Travis, better in some areas and worse in maybe some different scenes. But I think for the overall grade, like I would pass it for CGI, which was good because there was a lot of dinosaurs and just sci-fi elements that obviously they couldn't have practical. I would have. Obviously, more practical the better, but I can understand that's not always feasible.
The movie doesn't say $45 million budget if it's practical, I imagine, stuff like that. So
yeah, no, very, very true. So yeah, I thought the dinosaurs looked good for the most part. I like the different variety of dinosaurs. I feel like there was some that I had just never seen before. I mean, like that Komodo dragon thing we were talking about. I've never seen one of those before. I'm glad too. It didn't just have like the classic like Jurassic Park raptor trope where it seems like they're just obsessed with raptors. We're never gonna get away from them. Like
Same exact models from the Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, like I'm glad they took their own take. It's hard. I thought Travis like broke his neck the way his camera froze.
Oh,
but
no.
I know, sorry, not needed. But yeah, I like the little mini carnivores too, and it really just reminds you how much carnivores like there really were around at those times, and like even like the little things, like they're carnivores, they'll come at you and just fuck you up, especially if they gang up on you. So the danger element was definitely felt throughout the world. In certain scenes I feel like it just kind of took a back seat for the sake of like having a one-on-one with the little girl. I get it, you can't just have them running for their lives the entire movie.
Yeah.
They tried talk, oh no, we gotta go again, always out of breath.
That scene when again just these fucking big ants were crawling on his hand and he trips and falls out of that tree. I felt like I could feel that. Like immediately, like he goes up, his arm is like shrugging, like she stands on top of his arm, is like kicking it back into place. He's smacking on the tree, trying to get his gun. Like, oh my god.
That was a scene too where it seemed like she just like stimmed him or something. He went from like 25% HP to 100, where he was just like shooting this like assault rifle, and like the arm that's supposed to be like just like relocated from formerly dislocated was just like taking this recoil, and he was just completely fine.
Fight or flight, man, adrenaline. You know, if you
very
have these
true,
things coming
very
at
true.
you,
But just in the moment, it was a little silly to me.
Yeah.
But you took it differently, and that's good.
Yeah, it was all right. I wouldn't defend it that hard. You know, like, I actually think they took too long to separate, like put his arm back into place. It was just like, okay,
You could do faster?
No. Just in the movie wise, like I know
His teeth.
this isn't this is not how Adam Driver's gonna go out in this movie. So like it was climactic, but almost anticlimactic to the point. I almost would have liked that bit better if it was near the end of the movie, because then you would have thought, because that was more still in the middle portion. I'm like, okay, we got enough adventure to go. But if that would have happened like during the T-Rex stuff, I would have been like, fuck, like what does this guy do now? You know, like he has one arm and it's the T-Rex and stuff like that. But he did pop off. But I guess it's just different, right? Because like I've seen that with separations where I've seen people where it's like, oh fuck, this really hurts, and I've also seen it where they just get snapped back and they're good to go. Like it all depends on how the dislocation happens, and I'm gonna chalk it up to it was like adrenaline that got him there. But yeah, he was a soldier. This guy, you know, he knew what he could do. He knew as most as what he could do in a land full of dinosaurs and creatures that he's never fought before. But yeah, and I liked the idea too with the little girl, him lying about the family. I thought that was a good way to get up there. Like it's a shitty thing, but it was smart to get her to kind of understand what's going to happen up there. And I liked that scene when she found out that wasn't the case and she was mad for a bit, and they kind of found like a mutual understanding. So maybe could have got a little bit more of that, but I liked it.
Yeah, at first it was a sketchy decision for him to just be like, your parents are up there. And like the way that he like drew the pyramid, I just thought that was like such a corny scene. Like I get it, she doesn't speak your language, but just the way that he was trying to like explain the situation, it didn't make sense to me. But I guess it's just the way I took it. But when she found out about it later, I feel like it kind of helped that initial scene for me, at least. And
Yeah.
I like how she was kind of picking up words too, like as the movie was going on.
Shit. Yeah. What you smiling about there, Taylor?
You reminded me of the scene at the end when they were. We'll talk more about this, of course, but when they were in their escape pod and they're shooting up, and you see the asteroid coming, the way they filmed it, it looked like they were gonna go up right into crash into it.
Roll credits. We're going to see your parents.
It just made me laugh because it looked like it was a head-on collision. So
Just imagine if that's how the movie ended. Like, we're
Just
out
the
of
Adam Driver. He's just like this.
Like, it just hits in the end, you know? So, and man,
Speaking of-
oh, go ahead.
Well, no, you go. I was gonna.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, obviously the trailer, that was the big way to surprise us, but the way they made it the movie, like how they paced it, I feel like at some point there was an idea to try and market this movie without that reveal, because it does that thing where it's like 65 and it shows the title, and then it's like million years ago we got a visitor on, and then it's Earth. Like, they use it as like the reveal to explain to us, and like I
Yeah.
get it, because like you still gotta watch a movie as that, but like this would have been great. Not that I was happy to see the big screen, but it would have been great if like those stream movies that would have dropped, you would have known nothing about it. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you have to try to sell it, and I don't think this movie's gonna do that great and everything like that. I think it's only supposed to make like $10 million this weekend, so it's probably gonna have a tough time making the budget. I was excited for this movie, but I said when it started, we got hyped for it. It's like, I don't think this movie's gonna
you
do
drafted
well.
it.
Yeah, I did. I think I did like low tier, right? But it's just like I was hoping for a breakout hit. That's not gonna happen. Word of mouth's not good, and I also just like I drafted it, but I did say when we did the first trailer, this movie was gonna eat shit. The same way Shazam's probably gonna eat shit. Same way I fucking think Dungeons and Dragons gonna eat shit. I think like there's a lot of movies
Hey,
that
don't
people are
speak
just.
that name.
I think a lot of people are just like meh to these movies, you know. So
Not good enough.
yeah,
Scream
Screaming John Wick can make all the money, but yeah. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah. So speaking of the asteroid, that was something where like I feel like it's pretty early on when it shows like the little girl just like look up and you see this asteroid,
Mhm.
and like right away I'm like, well, I know what's happening. Like that asteroid is gonna come and just fuck up these dinosaurs, and that's something for me where I feel like I just kind of got like I was already not loving where we were at in the movie, and I saw that and I'm like, well, now I know what's good. Like I guess I didn't know if they were going to make it out or not, so that's an interesting aspect that I found out later on. But for the most part, it wasn't so much like, okay, they're gonna find a way to, I don't know, just set up a life here or something. Like it seemed like they can't get out of the planet. I feel like I just kind of lost a lot of the potential ways the story could have gone that
But-
moment.
Even if they set up a life there, they still die because we know the asteroid's coming no matter what. You
I know.
can't show it.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
They're
but
goners no matter what if they
I
stay.
didn't know how close to the asteroid event this movie was supposed to be, right? For like when they arrived. But then right there, it's like there's doom coming. It's like we're in Majora's Mask or something. You see the moon coming down at you, but
Don't look up.
yeah, but that's just again another way that I took that scene, and it just kind of brought it down for me, which you guys didn't see. So
Yeah, no, yeah, because for me, I just took it as like, I didn't think they were gonna die, but that's the way I took it as like, okay, we got to get off this planet or we're gonna die. That's why like it was the ticking time clock. At one point, I was wondering if they're gonna go for the bold ending when the girl came back and saved Driver from the T-Rex dinosaurs. I'm like, okay, what's happening with that ship right now? But luckily, the ship was just sitting there chilling and stuff like that, so that's fine. I think they could have gone for a dark ending, but you know they gave him the happier ending, and that's fine. Our character's been through stuff, so yeah, I guess that one just that worked for me. It's a very basic plot. I don't think you're wrong. You know where it's going, but I guess I like that as like the ticking clock of they do want to get to the ship, but now it's like, okay, we got to get to the ship. Like you only have an X amount of time now to get to
Yeah.
the ship, or it's over for you. So
I did think Driver was gonna die actually, and I thought he was gonna do the little sacrifice hero play.
send her off on her own. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that was a surprising moment that they got away. Unfortunately, he's not going home to his little girl, but this could be his adopted daughter now, so that works out.
Yeah. Not to his wife either. I'm not coming home. That's it. I'm leaving you too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna land back on Earth after this fire goes out. And Adam Driver's Jesus. Look at him. The way he looks in this movie. So I think he's Jesus.
67 or 66. That's the next movie.
Yeah. Jesus, 66. It's 66 too. Yeah, that's a great number to put by it.
Starring and directed and written by Adam Driver.
Yeah, produced by Rob Zombie.
Slight sidebar here. So when we were in the theater and the previews were playing, the Pope's Exorcist trailer pops up, and Travis just starts laughing, and I'm like, man,
He's not
people
alone.
are gonna be like either offended or people are gonna be like weirded out. Like, why is this sicko laughing at these demons?
Travis, you're not alone. There was like 5 people behind me that were like, "What the fuck is this?" They didn't say that. They didn't say that word for word, but essentially that.
That was the set of it. Yeah, it's just like when I saw that again, because I forget like the first 30 seconds is that girl just like just that scene, and just like I think I forgot the plot too of like what's bad about you getting possessed. Getting closer to the Pope, and like that's the idea that the devil wants to get into the Pope's exorcist so that Pope's exorcist can get to the Pope. It's just like, what a fucking wild movie. I can't wait to watch that at home. I'm not gonna watch that in theaters, but like, you know, shout out to that kid actor. It looks like he's doing a lot. But yeah,
Wrong priest.
People were people weren't chuckling like I was, but yeah, I had a good time seeing them on the big screen. We got some weird trailers for that one because we got this. What else was there? There's just one.
The Don't Take It Personal, or whatever the hell it's called, Jennifer Lawrence one.
We got that
No
one.
Hard Feelings. Yeah.
No Hard Feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that trailer, and my whole theater loved that trailer. That one was getting a lot of laughs.
I was glad you guys well, obviously it gave you the topics, but I was surprised even Dylan liked it. But I had to put that on there just because like that was such a debate. When I went down my timeline, there were so many people that say this looks so funny, and then I'd be like, this looks like fucking dog shit. Like it's been such a back and forth. But yeah, I liked that trailer. I'm just surprised she's doing this type of movie.
I'm very
now.
shocked.
She's
now,
a post Academy Award winner. She's done all this prestigious stuff, and now she's gonna do this.
Now she's
Now she's doing this movie, being like, "Can I hold your wiener?" Like
I respect it. I respect it.
I do, but. Back to 65.
Back to 65.
Yeah. So the whole meteorite asteroid thing going on.
Let's take our six ad break.
65th ad break. New era of GeekVerse.
Numbers are down, everybody. We got to get these ads way up. 65 ad breaks every minute. Ad break. No, let's take our last ad break probably because we'll get some thoughts and probably a score coming up here. So we'll be right back. And we're back.
It's the same amount of exorcists that the Pope does.
65
minutes.
million.
65 a day.
65 million in 2 years. Yeah.
So yeah, when this giant asteroid's coming to hit the Earth, I loved it.
As
The
it
moment
Dawn
she
does.
saw it, I thought like, okay, this is great because this is fitting, and now we can place it. Like this is literally 65 million years ago from today. This is when this asteroid's coming down.
I think
to
that's the
wipe out
point of the
dinosaurs.
movie.
So it all checks out. The science is there, so it all checks out.
Is that
You
actually
were
what it
getting.
is? 65 million years ago?
I mean, the dead out 65
2023.
million years ago.
If this movie got delayed every time, it's like you got to retitle to 66, 67.
65.2
Like
or something.
Yeah.
Like we can't do 69 though. If we get to 69, we're just jumping to 70. We're not calling it 69.
We're scrapping the movie, yeah.
Just a movie of Adam Driver with a big gun called 69, starring the BBC.
I want to see that trailer.
But yeah, I think adding that escalation was great, and then getting to the point where like the smaller pieces are coming down and like nudges the ship goes off, or the escape shuttle goes off down the side of the hill. And yeah, Adam Driver just in this scene was fantastic when the T-Rexes came out, and the second one came out particularly. Like I thought,
I
okay,
was like, oh shit.
yeah, I thought,
Here we
okay,
go.
the thing in the cave, that's what's coming around back here again. And I thought, okay, we're going to be getting that showdown with that big dinosaur coming up here. And sure enough, we did. But then, yeah, the one T-Rex is there, the second T-Rex, and yeah, Adam Driver's like, shit, and he goes into his little log. And he had to, he already knows his daughter died, but he had to see his hologram daughter get just fucking ripped to shreds by these T-Rexes. But he bounced back, so he's all in it, shoots that fucker in the head. And yeah, then all of a sudden there's a bigger, badder, like quadrupedal T-Rex looking thing, giant
That's
Komodo
not a word.
dragon.
Bigger badder.
Quadrupedal?
I'm sure it is. I'm just bugging you.
Sounded good.
Yeah, it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. I thought for a minute, maybe when he's like running away, he'll see like the escape shuttle go off, but no, thankfully it's not the case. Or like he'll see the shuttle go off, and then all of a sudden he'll see the girl, like she launches it, but she stayed behind anyways. So but
She's
that didn't
in it.
happen
She
either.
like fingers him as she drives by. Fuck
Fingers
you.
Family!
Eat shit.
I can speak English this whole time, motherfucker. I killed my family. I killed your
Flies
daughter
right into
too.
the asteroid.
Yeah. No, my ship. And also, this is only for you two. But we talked about this just a couple weeks ago at Amanda's birthday. Man, there's sometimes Adam Driver and Tyler Sayers just sound fucking identical. Like when he's talking about when he's like, move, move. I'm like, that's Tyler Sayers' voice right there. But anyways, you check out Gauntlet. Old Nash, Tyler Sayers is on there, and they're tall and look similar. But oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Funny enough with that T-Rex, and we'll check out our Scream review. The same thing happens. It went from night to day like nothing. It's like pitch black, and Adam Driver's like running, and I get the sunset comes up, but like Adam Driver's running, and then we cut to scene. It's just like daytime with
the
this,
younger
like,
son back then, 65 million years young. So.
Yeah, I guess it's just funny. We watch that and in Scream, exact same thing happens where characters are running to a house. They cut to the house. It's pitch black. It's like it was just fucking lunchtime. You guys just had tea and crumpets, and now it's like midnight. What's going on? So that was funny. But yeah, I like the finale. I like all the set pieces like I talked about earlier. I don't think there's anything again I'm going to be talking about at the end of the year like for best Golden Geek scene. No, I don't think there's anything like that. I think probably my favorite scene of the movie I liked too was in the cave when he like loses the girl. One, Adam Driver doing some great acting because he just feels like he's fucked, and luckily he hears her, but he just thinks this girl just got fucking squished by these rocks.
Grabs
and
his
everything.
gun again.
Yeah. She finds him. I'm ready for the ship. Oh shit! But yeah, and then later on that leads to this great scene where before they're about to break off, just in case they did get separated, he gives her these little grenade things, which I love. Those are cool. And we're not going to get a sequel or franchise, but I wish some other film will steal these. I'd love a franchise where these little balls are like these grenades, and she gets hunted by one of those like little raptor dinosaurs, gets in a log, just fucking tosses like 18 of them all charged up.
You should have taught her how many she needed to use. 'Cause, yeah, the whole fucking bag. One would
Yeah.
have done it.
Didn't need it.
I thought that too. Yeah, for the, I feel like I always min-max too in video games like that. It's just like, man, she just wasted all of her rare loot. She's probably never gonna find more of those.
No, probably not. But I liked that sequence the best in the cave of during the grain, the shooting. I already talked about the raptor earlier. But again, nothing again where I'd say I was mind blown by it, but I enjoyed it.
I certainly wasn't mind blown by it. I feel like the finale definitely was the crescendo, and I got pretty pumped there. But there was just like even like the suspenseful moments in the cave, like with the modulator. Although that was fun, that was another moment where maybe it was just my theater. I felt like my audio was just like spiking every time these little like creatures would just like run by or something. Yeah, and that's again like you guys saw it in a different theater than me, so maybe. And it was like my least favorite theater at the West Side one, which was it's like Theater 3. It's like small. It has like a broken pixel too on the screen that they're never gonna fucking fix. Screw those assholes.
They put Scream in a smaller auditorium than 65 was, didn't they, Travis? I feel like it was in a smaller theater. 65 felt a lot bigger.
Maybe we were just closer. Front row will do that now. It's big ass
Favorite seats.
Yeah. 65, number one. Yeah, see, I felt the speakers were only loud for some of those jump scares, which that one that when he saw the dinosaurs down there and the little one jumped up, fuck that one. That one.
Our whole row jumped up.
That was a big one, but the rest of them luckily didn't. I feel like there's only like 2 other ones that use like the jump scare music, so I was happy with that because I didn't want them to go overboard. So luckily for us, the speakers weren't fucking us up.
Yeah.
So
I felt them overboard.
yeah, that's fair.
I like again that scene that you mentioned, the caves, Travis. I like they didn't use it necessarily as like a jump scare, but when he can't see the shadows like in front of the cave, but he sees the water ripple and he's holding his like hologram thing, and you see him, and then it slowly starts forming like this like bipedal dinosaur right in front of him, but it's just completely dark. That was cool. There was a lot of really cool tense moments.
Oh, and then Captain Obvious behind me was like, he's behind him. He's behind him. And he was like, oh, I told you. And fuck, please. This is a PSA for all men, anybody out there. But this was a man in particular. I'm not sure if Taylor smelled this, but please watch the fucking cologne. My nostrils, it was like I had just been exorcised by the Pope's exorcist because like they were flared. I literally sometimes would have to go like this. It was because they're right behind, and I can't turn around. It's not like someone talking or being loud. I can be like,
do the Taylor
hey,
thing.
go fucking wash off, kid. Like,
Yeah, you got to put the shirt over the nose, make eye contact.
Look at his mother.
Serious?
Yeah.
Look at his
Are you
mom.
serious? Yeah. They were like young. I think they're probably middle school or high school, so they're probably just like, fucking cologne. But like, it was so bad when we got there. Like, literally, my nose was just. it felt flared up. It was just like the insides were burnt. So when we got to Scream, someone could have fucking farted, and I would be like, "Oh God, thank God!"
Your face is light on fire. So much chemical.
Yeah, but fuck. PSA to gentlemen, please do not just bake yourself in cologne. It was awful. It was so awful. It ruined some of the experience for me in that movie theater. So, ugh.
Damn. The theater was
Um,
smelling good.
Yeah.
I will attest to that. There was something. I don't remember being that potent, but I mean, you definitely.
Because
got
I
the
was
worst of
I was
it.
closer to him than you were. So.
There were
And these
those
were kids
three-
that, like, when we walked in, their feet were in the fucking like chairs and everything like that.
Yeah.
And
Hot shot.
yeah.
Taylor's
and even,
favorite.
Oh, and even one thing too, like when I sat down and one of them like had put their foot a little bit back up. I didn't take any of that shit. I elbowed it right off. Like I made it look like I didn't do it, but I like got my popcorn. I was like, "Fuck you!" I was like, "Excuse me." But no, yeah, I was like, "No, you're not." And then they didn't do it again. Like you're not fucking putting your
That's a
foot
pet
on my
peeve.
seat.
When people like even like push the seat, I feel like I just get ticked off.
If they're young kids and like they're in a theater and you tell them to be quiet, they'll be quiet. They think they're top shit, but when someone calls
step
them
up.
out, they
yeah.
they fucking
Take
you
you
gotta
outside.
stand up.
I just
Take you
turned around and said,
outside.
"I'm gonna fucking kill you if you do that again." And we had no problems. I said it
kill
during
you.
Scream
I'll
too.
fucking kill you.
I just came from Scream. I'm fucking ready to go.
And I'm watching you. I'm watching you. And
You
your
just-
shirt's like this.
Yeah, and then when you pull it down, you got Ghostface mask. Like imagine that you see a guy with the Ghostface mask, but he has like the like, oh, it stinks. Sir Scream
That's
showing
a
over
scary
there.
movie sequence right there.
Yeah. Oh man.
There were those three girls in front though, because like initially you were in that row, and then those three girls were there, and like
I said I'm not sitting beside no women. No.
yeah. I'm convinced that like maybe they were just sci-fi fans, but I'm sure they were just big Adam Driver fans because there was one moment, the one girl.
What
I
did you
don't-
talk about? You thought they were
I didn't think they were necessarily like there for like the dinosaurs and stuff.
No,
I think
they
they
were
were
there
there
for
for the
the
Adam
driver.
Driver. Yeah. Now the other reason that I can use as evidence to make that claim is because the one
One just started
girl,
going at herself.
the one girl was like this. She just had her hand like on her chin, like cheek, just like looked totally uninterested in this movie the whole
Yeah,
time.
that could have been probably her two friends are really big into Adam Driver, and she's like, I don't understand why you find this scarecrow motherfucker so attractive. But yeah, they were definitely there for Adam Driver. No, originally Taylor Madison had bought their seats, and I had bought my seat after, but I forgot they bought their seats, so I literally bought one right in front of them, and they were behind me. So I just sat beside them, but I'm like, oh fuck, if someone comes up, I'm fucked, because it would have been like me beside like just three teen girls beside each other. Maybe one was a bit, I think, like an older sister, but still, it's like I didn't want to be crashing.
Adam
the fucking
Driver
get
fan
together.
club right there.
It was, I guess, yeah, but yeah, just they didn't even fart,
that?
just like really. You guys are like shit. Clone Boys,
Imagine
get down here, bounce it out.
Imagine coming to see your movie and your seats are right next to just one guy and he's just like this. You guys smell that? Smells like
And like, there's nothing. Like, there's actually nothing
What the fuck's wrong with this guy?
the whole time. Just like, oh,
wearing your Scream mask.
yeah. Hey, Adam Driver fans? Yeah, me too.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't know if the joke's better if there's no smell or if the guy that's there is someone farting. He's like, "Fuck, can you believe
You
that?
smell that?
Yeah, who's doing it?"
There's no one else in the theater though.
Must be the usher, that fucking
Oh,
douchebag.
it smells worse when I do this. Shirt up. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, my ribs hurt right now.
Yeah, that was a good laugh.
I other than I think, well, not I don't have anything to really add. The ending, they get away, and they did say someone was on the way to come save them. They did get a broadcast that they're sending someone out. So you know what? Whatever the civilization is, good job. They didn't have to go home after just two people, but they did. So that was good to see that maybe their society's better than our Earth one. But yeah, they get up there and they're gonna fly off and meet this ship. So I don't know. I guess I didn't mind the happy, and I know sometimes the dark ending, what you might remember, but I like this one with okay, you got the girl back and they escaped the dinosaurs again. for me, just seeing this like just a fun time sci-fi movie. Yeah, it was good. And I would assume, yeah, he goes back to his wife. He has this little girl. Again, I question. I guess it's not his fault because it was he did say an undocumented meteor shower. So he made it sound like whoever was supposed to chart this
they can
quest
look too. The planet got fucking obliterated, so there's more than enough evidence.
For what?
For the meteor shower that hit his ship, they just look at the planet that got blown
You're
up.
lying.
Yeah, you're
That
lying.
happened.
Yeah, you're no hero.
You didn't save those dinosaurs.
But I am a hero. I am a hero. I swear. Yeah.
Koa, you smell
Yeah, whole ship ride. And she's just like, shit. But like, anyways. Yeah. Again, it's not his fault, so I guess he wouldn't have lost money or anything. It's their fault because they didn't track the tour. And plus, even then, they might have tracked the quest, but that meteor shower came out of nowhere, right? So, but yeah.
I wonder what like the guy that's receiving these messages would think, because he gets the first one like no survivors, don't send help, and then he gets
I don't think
like
he
another
sent that.
one.
No, I don't think he
He
sent.
did send that one. It's a message sent.
Did he? I thought he recorded it and then he deleted it and re-recorded one.
He re-recorded it and then he hit the send, and then it's like message like sent off.
I thought that too.
Oh, see, I only heard the sent off for the second one. I didn't hear it for the first one.
Yeah, it did it for the first one. Then he did it again for the next one. So whoever's receiving these messages like, oh, this guy's gonna off himself, and they're like, oh no, he's okay. A little unstable.
No, it was
Should we
the reverse. Remember, he said send help, and then he said don't send help, and then he's like, there's a girl, send help. So all day they're like prepping
yeah.
I
the
thought
ship.
the first one he didn't send, and then he's like, don't send
did.
help, and then sent it, and then
No, the first one he said send help, and then the second one is when he was thinking about killing himself, and that's when he said don't send help, and then he found out about the girl. I have to watch it again to find out, I guess, you know.
Yeah. One more thing too. I feel like there was a scene when they were on the planet, and it was before Adam Driver meets the girl, and he looks up when he's in the swamp, and he's just kind of checking out like the bodies and trying to see if there's any survivors. And he looks up, and I swear you see like the Big Dipper or something like that. It looked like it was. I have to watch the movie again just to confirm, but it was really cool just to kind of see that familiar constellation in there that really wouldn't change that much over 65 million years when you think about it. But
wouldn't it?
it would definitely move, but it definitely would not move significantly because we can still see the little Big Dippers in the sky now like they could thousands and thousands of years ago. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Sagittarius,
It's probably just would be somewhere else,
Capricorn.
I guess.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm not
I know
an
no-
astronomer.
I was gonna say I know nothing about this.
Yeah.
I can't say if you're right or wrong. So
There was a couple things too that crossed my mind, just of the logistics of him like for example, just like being able to breathe the air. I feel like the oxygen level would be entirely different than what it would be like nowadays. But then
Like
also
that guy's cologne.
but also like the way that I just kind of headcanoned it, it's like, well, he's from another planet, so maybe like he's just used to a completely different oxygen level there. And that was also around the time when I'm like, well, he's just a human. Like I'm not seeing anything that he's a different alien or anything. So maybe I would have liked something that he had like a little light on
Two
his
cocks.
something. Yeah. I want to see two cocks at least. No, but
one
like
on my
even
front, one on my back.
even just like a little chip or something on his neck to like make it so like that's how he breathes the air or so, like some sci-fi reason for how he could just like do the things that he wanted. I got the gadgets later on, which was nice, but again, this is just like my complaint where it wasn't it's not that it wasn't sci-fi enough, it's just it seemed too familiar for how much of an alien he really was. That was like, yeah.
Madison's complaint was that the trees should have been a lot bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Because the oxygen level was so much more concentrated way back then. So they had giant leaves. That's why everything was so big back then, because it just grew that way. And then you just got Adam Driver with his two cocks, breathing regular air.
Yeah,
That-
doing
that
the propeller to
insect.
fly around.
That insect on his neck
Like
when
tails.
he popped it. That was
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, that was
gross.
that was a big insect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are scary, but like fuck, dude, the insects of what the world would have been like 65 million years ago with these giant insects. That's scarier to me than a giant T-Rex coming to eat me, because that would be a quick death. But these little insects would probably like grab you and just slurp
They
you
crawl
up.
in your throat. They do all that shit.
Yeah, fuck all of that. That's something that like I remember watching King Kong 2008. That was
Oh.
a scary aspect.
Yeah, the worms and everything. The centipedes down there. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I like
Exactly.
that bug joke. I like when he broke it and he's trying to wipe it off the log, and it's so sticky, he breaks the log. Then he's trying. I like that.
Chasing her
Worked
around.
For me. Yeah, exactly. Worked
Come
for
get
me.
this
I
bug
like
goo.
that. Yeah.
Get what you fucking deserve. Travis didn't like that one at all. He's got his.
No, like
oh, he's not frozen. He looked
He was
frozen.
frozen. You were frozen.
No, I wasn't frozen. I got
Oh.
like a PayPal notification of like, oh, you paid for this, but I don't know why.
You have zero money. We took all you
You have zero money.
Yeah. No, I like canceled service. It's like you sent whatever this money. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So
Unrelated, but it crossed my mind. Never mind. That doesn't make any sense to have
No,
a 65
say
of you.
yeah, it's too late now.
How are you guys watching you? I thought you canceled your Netflix.
So we share with the family.
Oh, okay.
But like,
Illegal.
well, no, well, I guess it's illegal. But I think we just got boosted as the default address, even though we don't pay
okay.
for it. We watch it the most. So one day my dad's gonna log on there and be like, "What the fuck's going on? What's this password location address?"
SWAT
thing?"
comes to arrest him.
Get
Stealing
down!
Netflix.
Showing throwing the cologne
Sir.
smoke bombs.
Come on.
I smell like shit.
Get to the cat out here. Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't know what the fuck I got charged for. I'm so annoyed. God damn. Because like my DAZN account is like $26, but it's like you sent $9 to DAZN. It's like for what? I don't know.
To answer your question, Kirklin, I did not cancel yet. I was waiting till after you part 2 came
Smart
out.
man. Smart man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not 65 related, but you
no.
forced it out of me.
Anything else on this movie?
I don't think so.
The intro was just visually
Yeah.
gorgeous.
That's
shit.
where I said, like, right off the hop, it started at such a high. I'm like, holy fuck, we're gonna go on this sci-fi adventure here with like the visual of going through like the
This is
galaxy.
gonna be Dune.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Yeah.
Dune.
There's gonna be that guy.
This is gonna be the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life. And then yeah, it just kind of evaporated after that, unfortunately.
That movie,
yeah.
that beginning, I think actually gave me vertigo. I felt dizzy while it was moving. Like I felt
Oh, yeah.
my feet
It's
were
probably the
light.
smell too.
That actually, honestly, that's actually probably it. Like I'm not joking because it was so strong. My nose literally was burning. So that actually probably was it. But no, I felt light-footed. So
Should have heard him, Kirklin. He's screaming in his seat.
Light-footed.
Ah!
that's
You're
an
floatless.
expression. Light-footed.
Light-footed?
Yeah.
Is it?
Light-footed
I've heard
is an
it before.
expression.
I've heard it
Light-footed?
before.
What does that mean? You're quick on your feet?
Well, I think it's two. Where I think people have used it for light-footed as far as like a tennis player, where like good footwork and you can move around quickly. But I also think it's like you might pass out, like your
That's
legs are
lightheaded,
weak. Like
bro.
let's say no, light feet, light-footed.
I think Kirkland's right. I've heard light-footed is a term, but it means fast, nimble, or stealthy on one's feet. But it apparently means that you're gonna.
I guess
So
the thing is, I didn't feel lightheaded. My head felt fine. It felt like my feet were like numb, and like I was like, whoa, but
You're
fucking
sitting
cologne.
down.
But it's a cologne. It's that strong. It's like fucking.
Wow.
It's like in BVS when Batman shoots that thing. It's like you smell that. That's fear. Like that's what this guy had. He had kryptonite.
Smells like shit.
Did he just poo? Cause he smelled like shit. You smell that? That's fear. Okay, let's get out of here, Kirkland. Because I imagine you're gonna be the lowest
Yeah.
here. What are you giving this?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, like I said before, I kind of fell flat on this one. It was only like an hour and a half, but it felt significantly longer than that for me, at least. It definitely ramped up, but I feel like the first act just really didn't hit home for me at all. The 65 like thing that you mentioned, it felt like that came so late into the movie, but it probably didn't. It's just because
It's
I really didn't like that
5 minutes
opening.
into the movie.
It felt like 25 for me. So that just goes to show
That's
how much
fair.
I didn't like that opening. It ramped up as the movie went on. I liked the dinosaur scenes that weren't just jump scares, or again, maybe it was the audio mix. And this is something that I feel like maybe if I watch it again at home, like I'll totally like it 100% more. But as of right now, yes, I am gonna fail this movie.
Oh
I
my
really
God.
did not have a good time in the theater with this. I feel like the concept was very bland, and yeah, I'm also gonna rewatch the trailer because I'm curious if I just read into it completely different than what it actually was. But yeah, I was surprised that I failed it because I think that this is like a genre that I usually like, and unfortunately I just didn't really care for this one. Yeah, Adam Driver he brought his A game for sure. As I said before, I think if it wasn't him, this could have been a real rough one for me. But yeah, I'm gonna give it, I think, a 4 out of 10. right
can't
now,
even
just
give it an
just
extra
below.
one.
Yeah, like, and I feel like I came
Can't trust
into
this
it.
man.
I feel like I came into this trailer even lower than that, but like you guys did bring up some good moments for sure. There's particular like dinosaur scenes that I did like, in the peril aspect. I think that was better. Now that I think about it, for sure. But yeah, I just didn't have a really good time watching this one, which is kind of rare for me.
Oof, wow. Well, I will go next. I'm going to give this a whopping 8.5. I really enjoy it.
Holy
I don't think I can get to the 9 because 9 is like a kind of like a sacred territory. I keep for those movies like, man, we're really close to that 10. Really feel like there's a few little mistakes and stuff like that. I think it's like a basic movie, but like I enjoyed it. It gave me exactly what I wanted. I think it's just kind of that me and Espos were talking about the other day with that No Hard Feelings trailer and stuff like that, where I can't remember who, but it was like the beginning of the year. There was like a trending tweet going around of like, why don't they just make like 90s movies anymore that are like just basic and cheesy and simple and stupid? And maybe that's just it. That I like this. This to me is like a 90s movie that like Brendan Fraser would have been in, that I would have fucking loved. And I liked it here because like I got Adam Driver, I liked the runtime. I think you add a little bit more like for some character stuff, but it all worked for me. It was a good, basic, fun sci-fi adventure. I got everything I wanted out of it, and that's where I can't say and more, because that's probably where the 9 and higher would be for me. But like, it met my expectations. Like, just met them, and I was expecting a good time with Adam Driver. And yeah, we joke about like Turok and stuff like that. Like, we got some good action. We got more action than I was thinking as far as different situations. So yeah, no, an 8.5. I will be a 65 defender. Absolutely had a really good time with this one, and I'll definitely watch again. This is a movie that like I could put on, and not because it's boring, I think, but like to sleep to. Like, it has some good sounds, but like I expect
I agree.
I know. That's why I had to specify that. But this is gonna be a classic, especially because Sony. It's good if it's on Netflix and I gotta do stuff. Oh, I'll put it on. I think like this is a good, easy watch and stuff like that. So, and hey, I think this is better than maybe not the first Jurassic World, but sure hell a lot better than all the Jurassic World movies been fucking getting the past few years.
There
I'll
was
tell
no
you that much,
locusts. That was nice.
yeah. So yeah, 8.5 for me. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that I would probably reciprocate that and go 8.5 as well. Like, it's got a lot of that stuff that I like in those like that 2000s era of film, like Outlander and other different like one-off flicks that they just dished out, which like I don't even know if they were really in theaters, but like they have like pretty good budgets behind them, and they deliver like pretty good quality. And like to me, like this just had relatively decent CGI. Adam Driver's acting was phenomenal in this. He was just bringing his A game, and I just really enjoyed the story. I liked the adventure. I liked how it transitioned from just being with dinosaurs, and then now all of a sudden the asteroids coming in. And for me, I liked how it was set in a world that's our own. Like, this is not like another like a sci-fi dystopian kind of setting. Which again, if we had that would have been totally cool. Like you were saying, Kirklin, I definitely would have been opposed to it. But I didn't mind it being like humanity. Our version of humanity, and just kind of in the past it was a futuristic like variant of ourselves, and just leaving it so open-ended where you can kind of deduce what happens next. Like, did they just create like a colony here that they forgot about, or did another ship crash here? Like, what was really like the passing of the torch here for humanity to grow and populate this planet? Even like when I got to the end credits, and just like you got to see like the asteroid hit, and you see like the burning T-Rex there as the credits roll. Like, just very interesting stuff. That, along with the other incredible visualizations that this movie did, some really, really cool cinematic stunts pulled. So yeah,
I like the credits too, where it's just like the city kind of like building there. I'm assuming that's, what is that? Just Earth like growing up there, or is that like Adam Driver's Samara or whatever?
We didn't stay long because we had.
Okay.
I didn't, because
You
I had
smelled terrible.
No,
went
yeah,
to Scream
no.
right away.
Yeah, the
That's
movie
fair.
ended at
Okay.
8:45 and Scream started at 8:45.
What
So I was,
details
I was like,
was-
move, bitch, and moving.
It was
everybody
just
out
like
of
the credits were rolling, and then it showed like a field, and then like slowly some like sky rises or whatever were just like popping
Oh,
up.
that's fucking
Yeah.
cool.
And,
I
like,
did not know that.
It was really well like done. Like this, like the visuals looked really good on it. So I thought that was cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we left as it was just still like the T-Rex burning from the asteroid hit.
It was just
so.
screaming as you were getting
Yeah.
out of there.
Come back,
Taylor. Yeah.
Movie's not over.
Right on.
Well, there you go. We have reviewed 65. A heartbreaking review for myself. Me and Kirklin. No, last podcast we're going to do together. No, it was fun to have a different opinion on this one. So we obviously won't be reviewing a 65 or 66.
Hopefully 69 in the future.
Yeah, fucking a bunch of dinosaur prosthetic.
Two dicks.
Yeah, it's 2 dicks. Helicopter dick brings a whole new meaning to it. But anyway, so hope you enjoy this review. Let us know what you thought. Let us know where you're on Kirkland's side or Discord. Kirkland might be a low man on the island because so far Discord's been positive on it. So I'm hoping to get a small battalion of rebels that can go. You know what? I stand by 65. I stand 65. Am I gonna fight for the end of the year? No, unless then we got a bad year ahead of us. I'm gonna be fighting for 65, and I like 65, but I'm expecting some better movies as well too. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. When you hear from us next, it'll not be boring.
See you later.